for players like that.
And they got a guy named Jaylen Brown, too, which doesn't hurt him.
No, that doesn't hurt it.
Jackson finds a seam, drives in, and lays it in. And the Clippers draw first blood.
Bob the Zoo, he stayed home. Reggie made him pay.
And you see Blake Griffin wearing number 91 as Derek White hoisting up a three. White has been good for
to cause that contact and pick up that foul.
Coming into tonight's game, Kawhi has played 200.
They can get, refamiliarize themselves with each other, but also the other three players on the court can also get accustomed offensive players.
Smart knocks down the three for the Celtics, shooting 42% from above the arc in his last 7 games.
But he does it any better than Zubac inside, and that time that was just a shifty move by Jaylen Brown.
Reasons why he only played around 20 minutes in our nation's capital as the first of 2 free throws settle in. And we get a quick word from Jack in the Box.
Excitement perspective, and that's excitement right there by Tatum. But how hard it is to see a shadow or be a shadow.
It's 9 ball games, so kicked off the mothballs, and he's played very well for the Celtics. So too is Paul George for the Clippers.
Not settling.
Pass there by Smart to White for 3, and Derek White reigns in the triple four. Active, picked up by Smart, reigning defensive player of the year, the longest tenured Celtic. Tough shot for Kawhi, but he knocks it down. He's got 3 overall.
Tough shot, really good defense that time by Smart. Better offense by Kawhi and Blake.
Well, for most of them, 6 points and 4 rebounds on the year. You see 7.5 seasons. You mentioned it, led the league in highlights. Trail by 5. Leonard on the attack. Picks up the dribble, bounces in the corner to Jackson for the catch and shoot 3. It is hard. Reggie.
The big shot that Nick Batum hit against Washington, guess what happened? It was Kawhi that dropped a nice dime. If that's bias,
it's not sustainable. Well, it is. The Clippers did the exact same thing 2 years ago at a higher percentage. There's no question that the Celtics, good defense, good closeout. Hauser inside to Cornette, juggles, recovers, and lays it in. Luke Cornette averaging 5 again.
And Hauser's much more.
Wall finds a seam, gives it to Man in the corner, open for 3 and lets it fly, and it goes. The 4th 3 for the Clippers.
The offense should be stagnant. A lot of it has to do with them.
As Tatum knocks down the first, and we get a quick word.
They tend to get away from it. Yes, the defense may pick up by their opponent, but it's more so the mindset switches a little bit more.
And not a lot of ball movement on that possession. Here comes Jaylen Brown with 8:45 to play in this first half. Brown below the foul line, twisting and turning, fading and firing. He grew up just outside of Boston. George, another 2, and it goes for Paul George, and PG flexion by Batum. He's got Brown in his back pocket to the cup. It's blocked by Brown, but a whistle and a foul. If it was
a foul. That's what they call it. The officials called it a foul.
My point being is, who makes good on the first of 2.
Well, and also too, the philosophy of coaches. Do you want to give Jaylen before the half ends?
First shot for Grant Williams, probably not the last on the year.
And shoot 46%. One of those guys on the Boston Celtics was shooting +40. Was in it. Nick Batum
recoils in transition. Kennard off the bounce to the rim and in. What a move by Kennard, and the Clippers are up. White. And Brogdon almost automatic from the 3-point line. I mentioned it earlier. 49. Second time here in this first half. Clipper Nation, join us as we celebrate the holiday season during our matchup against the Washington Wizards on Saturday. Clippers lead by 1. Leonard, long 2, early in the clock.
To create some space to get that 18-foot jump shot off.
Leonard 2 for 3. Brogdon run off the line by Jackson, gets to the rim and lays it in. A long road trip that will feature this Celtics squad. First of 2 for Brown. Settle in. Celtics 8 of 10 from the free throw line. To start things off for the second half for the Clippers. Long 2 for George. It settles in. Paul George with 15.
Smart play
in the second half than he is in the first, for what it's worth. Leonard for 3. It's good. You were saying something about that 3-point shot. Prolific 3-point shooter, but efficient here in this role for the Celtics. Leonard down the lane. Jim Jackson. Kawhi Leonard's looking pretty good.
The timing is there. Running and doing all of that. The coordination part of handling the basketball, making the move just wasn't there, but it is now.
Good finish there by Tatum. From Zoo, it's a good one. It frees George for the three, and he knocks it down. Second three for George. He has 18. Timeout Celtics.
By his ankles or by his knees, he may not get that shot up. The premium of passing has been there for Kawhi Leonard.
Floater by Brown is good. Stops the bleeding for
Clippers again is moving the ball side to side, then attacking.
Brown for three. Good box out by George. Smart comes over the top. Leonard at the controls, gets the screen from Jackson. Drives in on Griffin. Pulls up from 15. The shot is good. And we talked about it in 7 of 9 from the field with 17 points.
And he's not settling for contested shots or shots that he can't make, speaking of which you don't want this young man.
His minute restriction is still at 30. That was per Ty Lue. As he knocks down the second free throw. 8. And I saw all of his games for 7.5 years. Oh my goodness, a piece of Zubats! Ballerinos feet it in. Williams tears it away for the Celtics. Spins a whirling dervish inside it. Trying to find Zoo, being fronted by Brown. Not a lot of spacing, so Leonard takes matters into his own hands. Clippers will be going small for quite a time. Brogdon bounces on the wing to Brown under duress. Late in the clock, hangs and hits. Top shot by Jaylen Brown. John Wall controls. Peyton Pritchard out there as well. As Bill Mazzulla trying to mix it up. Kennard below the foul line, beats the buzzer. It is good. Jaylen Brown. Picked up by Wall, lowers the shoulder, fades, reorganizes in mid-flight and
exits the game, knowing that the offense is still kind of clicking, but maybe in a different way.
Brown, jab step, jump shot, 3 is in room. More cerebral players in the league on and off the floor. George back in the game, making an imprint to the rim. Oh, and gets the bounce, 22. Ball fake by Williams. You have to bite on it, count it, and a foul. 3-point play here for Williams. Streams the lead down to 14. Celtics 14 of 18 from the free throw. Clippers are hoping that that plays out. Luke Kennard stumbles over and back.
It's in a deep.
And he hits a 3 by the Clippers. It's required against the Celtics as he makes the first. Hey, just like your LA Clippers, you can score slam dunk now through February 7th by or lease any new kid. They're playing well, but given the history, given the lack of continuity with this team, they picked a good time to have it come together. They
knocking down that shot.
There were some hints about this last week, and just the way that an individual possession. Back on the wing to Brogdon. That's trouble. He leaves it short, gets his own rebound. Tries to bounce inside. That's a clever play. Brown bullies his way down the lane, scoops it up off and in. He's got 20. Timeout Clippers. They've got some pennies in the piggy bank.
Their firepower.
I love it when you go into the lab and you break out the trigonometry stuff. Oh, Terrence Mann with a...
Get this kid out of here.
Brogdon back the other way, 3-0, and Brown runs into Leonard, a whistle and a foul, and Brown will go to the line.
No cows. You know there's no cows in China, right?
Where does Kobe beef come from?
That's Korean, that's Japan. Oh, Japanese.
I don't eat.
So, well, again, the introduction to I know he's a smart one was related